So grandma and grandpa also like to fire on sports.
Nice. It's
so
in the blood. Nice.
Yeah, it's in the blood. Yeah. So in high school, I fired through them. They had their bookie, and it was quite amazing. Every Sunday morning, wake up around 9, get the lines from grandma and grandpa. Obviously, once I got the lines, you hit the lab, study a little bit, call them back, place your bets. Well, got in a little deep. So Christmas came around, and grandma and grandpa decided to clear the books for me for my Christmas gift. Yeah. So you're the best.
Everyone's terrible. Just like Star Sports Bets.
You guys missed the preamble again. Sorry about that. I didn't hit record soon enough. That stuff is gold. Do you think we could record that and turn it into a NFT somehow? The front
Absolutely.
part of it? All right, we'll have to figure that down the road. All right, welcome Friday edition Fade the Mahoney. We're gonna try to go quick. We've got Trevor Savage, gonna break down some Major League Wiffle Ball. We've got EDonk, I think I'm doing that right, who he's got sunglasses on because he just got back on the red eye from Vegas, so probably not feeling at 100%, but we're gonna push through. Real quick, shout out, thank you to DGAF and Sessions. Gave us multiple shout outs recently, including, did you guys hear that part of his Sunday morning ritual now for prepping for his NFL bets is to watch the show? So it's probably the best way to go about it, right? So
makes sense.
Thank you. He was pretty.
That is what we are here for.
Yeah, he was pretty tilted about. He lost on the poker room lock that he got with the guy who liked the Cowboys against the Eagles, but that happened to all of us, right? You can't get every poker room lock wrong, but almost every one of them. So keep your chin up, and thank you, DJF. And also a corollary to the people who are subscribing to a Patreon so that they can get the old stuff and then cancel before they pay. Fuck off. You guys are the worst. All right. Recap One Time. One Time had an excellent showing on Wednesday. The two big sports picks that he gave out was the Cardinals against the Dodgers, and that lost. And then he also liked the Seahawks last night, which also lost. But then he did some voodoo shit and he fired with me last night, but he faded himself. So that didn't work out for me. And then I had mentioned my boy DR from the Northwest Burbs. He's actually a kindred spirit with One Time. He told me he thought One Time was speaking directly to him when One Time said, when you have 3 or 4 straight days in a row, you have to go against yourself. DR feels that.
Was he right?
DR, yeah, that's how DR rolls too. He had a nice little run, and then he hit that brick wall. All right.
Hey, do you think that EDonk's actually still in Vegas and he just has a green screen behind him right now?
That could be.
There's no chance he's on a farm or something.
Oh, that's great. What are we doing? What are we doing there, EDonk?
Well, I'm trying to win Father of the Year since I just took a couple days hiatus from the family. So I'm trying to go for Father of the Year and score some points. It's also my daughter's birthday, so happy birthday.
He's going to win Father of the Year by recording a sports betting podcast from the farm.
Actually,
it's a pumpkin patch.
Being home for his daughter's birthday. Does that qualify as Father of the Year material, or is that just kind of what you're supposed to do?
Honestly, I had to power through and drink a lot of fucking coffee this morning and to be present today. So,
all right. Well, give the people a Vegas story or a story and a half real quick. You know they want it.
So the second night we were out there, we had dinner and then went to Aria. And we rolled some dice. Mm-hmm. So we decided there were 7 of us, and we all decided to put in $200. And I was the shooter.
Oh, that's a mistake.
Yeah, it was. So we ended up crapping out a lot, and I tried to bankrupt the corporation. We were down to scraps, maybe let's say about 125, $150 from the 1400, and DGF took the lead and anteed up another $100 from everybody. And then he was our driver and shooter, and he had some points and ran up maybe a few hundred, and then oh dear Lord, what's going on?
That's my fault.
And we got back in the saddle, and then we had a nice, lovely princess get a hold of the dice, and she rolled for a good 40-45 minutes, and we stung them for 7K. So
Nice.
nice little run up. We took 700 and run it up to 7K, and so all in all, we took 300 and made 1,000 a piece. So 700 a piece. So
Excellent.
300 to 1,000.
I saw some picturesque photos that you were posting. What was that all about?
So an absolutely unbelievable course, Cascada. It's right outside of Vegas in Boulder City.
What's around their cost?
According to our caddy, it was about $550 a person, and that did not include caddy fee and tips for our caddy. So let's say all in maybe about $650 to $700 a person. Members only. But if you're a massive fucking degen, you get it for free from Caesars. So what our boy really likes to do is he likes to watch this podcast, and he takes all the information and then he stings Caesars Sportsbook for heaps, and they want his action somehow, some way. And so shout out Riddy, unbelievable, once in a lifetime experience. Appreciate it greatly. It was truly unbelievable. I also on our when we were warming up on the range, a nice little family herd maybe of mountain goats were coming down off this cliff, and they were just kind of grazing. And as I went into my backswing on my drive, they decided to dart across the course or whatever, the range, right? And I shanked the ball, and it just line drived right into this mountain sheep or mountain goat's ass. And the thing probably jumped about 5 foot in the air. And other than that, he was unfazed. I actually felt pretty bad, but it wasn't as bad as Chili Dog sniping Dunder with the drive. So, but it was very similar.
All right.
So.
Excellent Vegas stories. Let's Trevor. Today's big day, right?
Big day. Playoff start.
This is my first experience with Major League Wiffle Ball playoffs. So who's going today?
It's intense. We got the rematch from last week. It's the Cobras and the Magic. This week, though, Cobras will be closer to full strength at least. They'll have Baranowski, who's their number 2 pitcher. Last week was not really a good indication of what you'll see in the series. So I think it'll be a little more evenly matched this week than it was last week. You know, the Cobras had to fight and claw in that last game to get into the playoffs. So I'm seeing this as a pick 'em. Both teams pretty well matched. Both teams have good pitching. Magic, obviously, with the addition of Bonham, are looking like pretty legit contenders. But the Cobras have Davis and Baranowski, and I think they have a good chance as well. I do like the Magic, though. So we're going to take the Magic.
Okay.
And the total I've seen is 14.5.
Oh,
and
that's low. That's low.
I think it's going to go under.
Wow.
I think the reason the Magic are going to win is because of their pitching in 3 games.
Okay. So it's best of 3. I imagine if you win the first 2, they shut it down, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And you had told me to keep my eye out on this Davis chap last week. What'd he do? 3 dingers?
Yeah, four dingers last week.
4 dingers. It's pretty
But
good.
you got a pretty clear display of what type of player he is. He can hit the ball like crazy. He's a great pitcher, but if you get in his head and he gets a little wild, it's over. He can fall apart pretty quickly. So
that was good stuff. By the time I get this up, we'll probably have about 2 hours before it kicks off. Yeah, gonna watch it right away. You gonna be able to watch it right away?
nope.
Okay, I won't bother you then.
Yeah, don't tease me.
All right, let's get our circuit picks out of the way to recap. We sucked last week. We went 1-4. It's either 1-4 or 4-1 every week. Raise your hand.
Hold on, not we.
Raise your hand if you got one.
You
right.
guys sucked.
Yeah, you got one right. All right. Who was it?
Almost right too. One almost right too.
Oh yeah, your Atlanta
I got-
one, that was pretty tough. The New England one was easy. The Atlanta one, that was tough. My Vikings one was just amazingly unlucky. And then EDonk's, both of his were terrible. All right.
You just get like moral credit on the one that almost won, huh?
Mhm.
You just get like, you feel good about yourself.
All right.
I feel
I'm gonna
great.
go.
I feel really good.
Okay, I'm gonna go first. My 2 this week. I've got San Francisco plus 5.5 versus Arizona. Arizona's undefeated. Everybody's gonna be on Arizona, not us. We're taking San Francisco. Indy versus Baltimore. Baltimore's -7. This is one of those reverse trap games. This spread should be like 13.5. So we're only laying the 7, which sounds like a trap, but it's actually more so. EDonk, you like the big tilt up in Minnesota between Detroit and Minnesota. Minnie is favored by 9.5. What do you got?
Okay, so this is a very Mahoney-esque play. And the reason I say this is we were driving back from golf and you had texted me asking me what our survivor pick was going to be for our other small little league that we got going. And so naturally I just looked in the back seat and one time was there and I just figured to ask him. And he said he loved Minnesota.
So we're on Detroit for sure.
We are on Detroit because I also too looked at it and I was like, Minnesota. Yeah, nah, I don't think so. And then when he said Minnesota, it just kind of confirmed. I think you actually sprinkle the money line on this one too. So not only is it our circuit pick, but
Bonus?
I like it for like, let's say 4 stars. And I think you sprinkle money line for like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, has anything gone wrong this year for you when you've taken the Lions money line?
Yeah, just like NFL fucking records by some guy kicking a ball from the other side of the fucking field.
After you texted your winner. After you texted a screenshot of your winning parlay.
Hold off on the Lions winner this week until the final whistle.
God. All right, your other game, EDonk. The Tom Brady's are favored by 10 at home against Miami.
I'm having some massive PTSD just from that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. The fuck is just coming back into my soul.
Yes, and it was
It's
entirely your fault. You do not post winners. Man.
I actually forgot about the game, but thank you so much for bringing it back. That's great. Okay, next one.
Tom Brady's -10 versus Miami.
Yeah, this one's easy. I think Brady's fucking pissed from last week, almost losing to his former team. And I think they're going to get their shit back together. They're at home. They're hosting a dog shit Miami team. And
okay, I got it. Analytics deep dive channel. Be ready. You got a pick right there. All right, Trevor, you're coming in strong. We're going back to the New England squad again, just like last week. New England versus Houston. New England's favored by 8.5 on the road. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can take the worst team in the league, you got to go with them, right? That's pretty much the bottom line.
Especially
getting
if you're
8.5.
getting over 8.
Yeah, they're getting 8.5 at home. The Patriots are not as good as they played last week, which is not even that great. We did find some success betting against the Patriots before, and now we bet on the Patriots last week. I think I'm doing great betting. I think all of my wins in the circa have come with the Patriots involved. So we're just going to go with that.
Saints 2 weeks ago, Patriots last week. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Next thing I had on here, I wanted to do a little bit of Survivor talk, but EDonk, you already covered it. Basically, we would just advise people, if you're in Survivor and you have the Vikings available and we're thinking of using them, you just might want to find somebody else, because that's what one time's going with. So maybe go somewhere else. All right, let's just do a couple of picks real quick to tide people over for the evening. Please follow us on Twitter. EDonk will post some EPL and some college football games tomorrow morning, like always. But for tonight, EDonk, Uncle Rico in the desert really wanted you to break down the Stanford versus Arizona State football game. It's in ASU and they're favored by 13.5.
Oh wow, this is tough because I booked a bet with the Cardinal last week, and the Cardinal covered against Oregon, and so I think we go ASU here. I like the home field advantage. I mean, those kids are going to be rowdy on a Friday night at ASU. Honestly, I'd love to be there. Seems like a great time.
Well, you've got time. You've done the pumpkin patch thing. You can get on a flight and be there in time. You're good.
Honestly, flights are pretty cheap.
All right. How much do we like Arizona State, the Sun Devils?
I think you go 3.5 stars in the Sun Devils, and then you can sprinkle the over.
53.
I think they're going to
53.
That's it?
That's it. It's too low?
Too low. I think you go 4 stars on that.
All
4
right.
stars in the over.
Could you imagine being a young, good-looking dude at ASU?
It's over.
Life would be pretty good. ASU, Arizona. I hear those are good places to go to school if you're into that kind of thing.
I fucked up. I went to school in Chicago. It's the dumbest fucking move I ever made.
I gotcha. Baseball tonight, real quick, EDonk. Don't think too hard. Real quick. Dodgers favored -120 at San Francisco.
Dodgers.
The Doyers?
4.5.
4.5.
The Doyers for 4.5.
Trevor, what do you want?
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
I mean, I think we got to address the elephant in the room here. Last week, there was a bit of a problem. Rutgers did not cover. I'm confused as to what happened. I don't know if their fix was in. I don't know if there's some Italian people who had their money, they needed to get some money and they had to fix the game a little bit. I think that's what happened.
Shout out all Italian people. All right.
Yes. But we're going to go back to the well with Rutgers this week. They're playing Michigan State. I don't know what the line is. It's at home.
You know what's crazy? My research I did about an hour ago, they were getting 5. You obviously hit it. It's down to 4. It's down to 4.
Yeah.
So
yeah, could you imagine getting points at home with Rutgers? I mean, how bad Michigan State must be.
Doesn't make any sense. Michigan State favored by 4, so you're going to take Rutgers +4, and I've already got it in ink that it's 5 stars. 5. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. All right, that's our Friday episode. This guy has a bunch of shit to do, and then he's hopping on a flight and heading to Vegas for a couple of days. So the laws of the state require that I can't go there until EDonk leaves. So now that he's back, I'm going to head out. And that's what I'm doing. You guys got anything else for the people?
Since you're such a fan of WWF, I figured a tag team approach was appropriate for this meetup.
A tag team.
Yeah, I tagged you in.
Oh, no, I get it. I'm slow. Good.
I have a shout out here.
What kind of tag team were you thinking about?
He was thinking about ASU.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. My heart couldn't take it. I'm so old. What do you got, Trevor? What's your shout out?
I got a shout out. This Sunday is my 12th wedding anniversary to the wonderful, lovely Jody, who you've heard on this podcast a couple of times, be nothing but a bright beacon of sunshine in my life. And I love her very much. And we're going to go get away for the weekend. So I'm not going to be able to even follow along with any of these picks. I just assume when I get back that there'll be a lot more money in my account than when I left.
Just book them and walk away. So happy anniversary, guys. Haven't seen Jody's feet in a while, so that's kind of disappointing, but that's all I got. Oh, I want to give one last thank you to Joe Stapleton. Last week's episode was fantastic. He actually tweeted a little bit about it last night. Again, that one is still getting views and helping the channel with views and subscribers. So thank you, Joe. There was some people blaspheming him and his story about coming up with the phrase of chip in a chair. Some other people were trying to take credit for it, but it's on the show how he got it. So, all right, that's it. EDonk, thanks for making time for us. Trevor, awesome to see you. Have a good weekend. Say goodbye to the people, everybody.
See ya.